That's up in the air, he's getting under it. This could be victory, it is. Pakistan win the World Cup. A magnificent performance in front of 87,000 people.
March 7, 2022, Washington, D.C., a private lunch meeting. For people in a room. What is said in that room that afternoon will be written into a classified diplomatic cable. Stamped secret, sent to Islamabad. Inside that cable is one sentence. And that one sentence will be used to bring down a government. The cable stayed hidden for over a year. When it finally surfaced, published by a major American investigative outlet, the U.S. State Department called it fake, called it propaganda, called it disinformation 4 times, in 4 separate official press conferences. But the document was real, and the sentence was right there on the page. This is the story of Imran Khan Niazi, the cricketer who became a prime minister, the prime minister who became a target, and the document that proves it. Imran Khan, born in Lahore, October 5, 1952. Before he was a politician, before he was a prime minister, before he was a prisoner, he was something this country had never seen before and has never seen since. He was the greatest cricketer Pakistan ever produced. A fast bowler so dangerous that opposing teams built entire strategies just to survive him. A captain who looked at a team the whole world had written off and turned them into world champions. 1992 Melbourne Cricket Ground. Pakistan versus England. The final. Pakistan wins. Imran Khan lifts the World Cup trophy above his head in front of 87,000 people. And then, in his victory speech, he does not celebrate. He does not talk about himself. He stands in front of the entire world and asks for donations for a cancer hospital he is building back home, with a collection box and nothing but his name. His mother had died of cancer. Pakistan had no dedicated cancer hospital, so Imran Khan decided he would build one himself. He auctioned his World Cup bat. He went door to door. He fundraised for years. 1994 Shaukat Khanum Memorial Cancer Hospital opens in Lahore. Today, to 70% of its patients receive treatment completely free of charge. Then he entered politics. And for 22 years, he lost again and again. He was laughed at, dismissed, called naive, called irrelevant. He kept going. 2018 Imran Khan wins the general election. He becomes the 22nd Prime Minister of Pakistan. And 4 years later, someone decides he needs to go. February 24, 2022, Russia invades Ukraine. Within hours, governments across the world release statements, condemning Moscow, picking sides. The pressure from Washington is immediate and enormous. On that exact same day, Imran Khan is on a plane to Moscow. The visit had been planned months in advance. A scheduled diplomatic trip. He lands. He meets Vladimir Putin. They shake hands inside the Kremlin. Cameras are there. The image goes everywhere. Washington notices. 13 days pass. March 7, 2022, Pakistan's ambassador to the United States, Asim Majid Khan, is hosting a farewell lunch at Pakistan House in Washington, D.C. Two American officials sit across from him. Donald Lu, the Assistant Secretary of State for South and Central Asian Affairs, and his deputy, Leslie Viggory. Donald Lu speaks. He tells the ambassador that the United States and Europe are, and he uses this exact word, quite concerned about Pakistan's position on Ukraine. Concerned about what he calls an aggressively neutral stance. He says the Moscow visit, on the day of the invasion, has created what he calls a dent in our relationship. And then he says something else, something the ambassador writes down, word for word, and sends to Islamabad that same afternoon in a classified cable marked secret, 15 words. Stay with me, because this is where the document becomes everything. August 2023, The Intercept, one of America's most respected investigative news outlets, publishes what it states is the full text of that classified cipher. Their source, a member of the Pakistani military with direct access to the document. The cable describes the meeting in full detail. Donald Lu's concerns, the warning about isolation, the threat to the relationship, and then, near the end, these words, attributed directly to Donald Lu. I think if the no-confidence vote against the Prime Minister succeeds, all will be forgiven in Washington because the Russia visit is being looked at as a decision by the Prime Minister. Otherwise, I think it will be tough going ahead. Read that again. All will be forgiven in Washington. The ambassador, a career diplomat, a man trained his entire life in the precise weight of words, added his own assessment at the bottom of that cable. He wrote that Donald Lu could not have made such a statement without, and these are his exact words, the express approval of the White House. Now, here is the timeline. Pay attention to the dates. March 7, 2022, the lunch meeting. The 15 words spoken. March 8, 2022. One day later, opposition parties in Pakistan's parliament formally filed the no-confidence motion against Imran Khan. One day later, April 10, 2022, the no-confidence vote succeeds. Imran Khan is removed from office. The first prime minister in Pakistan's history to be removed this way. The State Department denied everything, completely, repeatedly, absolutely not their words. They said it in press conferences. Said it again in June 2023. Again in July for separate official denials. Then The Intercept published the document, and portions of it matched, word for word, what Imran had already been, publicly quoting for months before anyone else had seen it. Here is where it gets darker. After his removal, Imran Khan is charged under Pakistan's Official Secrets Act the allegation that by publicly referencing the contents of that classified cipher he had compromised Pakistan's national security, endangered the country's encrypted communication system, damaged the state. That charge carries 10 years in prison. Pakistan's intelligence agency, the ISI, is one of the most secretive and powerful institutions in the world. Their internal findings are never made public. But in December 2023, The Intercept publishes a second document, another leak from inside the system. This one is the ISI's own internal technical analysis of the cipher case. Their conclusion on whether publishing that cable had actually compromised Pakistan's encryption. Their finding, it had not. It was technically impossible. According to the ISI's own internal mathematics, an adversary would need an amount of data that exceeds the total digital storage capacity of the entire world to crack the encryption from a single cable. The ISI's own conclusion, there was, quote, never any risk whatsoever. The charge that Imran Khan endangered national security was false. According to his own government's intelligence agency, in their own internal document, he remained convicted. He remained in prison. The conviction was eventually overturned on appeal. He remained in prison on other charges. Pakistan intelligence concluded internally that publishing the cipher posed never any risk whatsoever to national security, directly contradicting the charge used to imprison him. Now watch what happens to a man after the machine decides he needs to disappear. Imran Khan does not go quietly. After his removal, he organizes the largest protest march Pakistan has seen in a generation. Millions of people come out across the country. He stands before them and names everything publicly. He names the cipher, he names the meeting, he names the date. He names the American official in that room. So they shoot him. November 3, 2022, Wazirabad, Punjab, 4:21 in the afternoon. He is leading a march toward the capital when his convoy is attacked. A gunman opens fire at close range. Imran Khan is hit in the right shin and thigh. The bullet fragments his tibia bone. One supporter standing near him is killed. 13 others are wounded. He is taken to surgery. To the hospital he built with his own hands. Shaukat Khanum. He survives, he recovers. He keeps going. May 9, 2023, he is arrested at the Islamabad High Court, not at a rally, not at a protest. Inside a court of law during a legal hearing, with his own lawyers in the room. Over 9,000 of his supporters are arrested across the country in the crackdown that follows. He is released, then rearrested in August 2023. He has not been free since. The cases multiply. Toshakana, 14 years. Al-Qadir Trust, 14 years. Cipher case, 10 years. Conviction after conviction. Appeal after appeal, some overturned. New charges filed the same week the old ones fall. By December 2024, 186 separate legal cases against one man. July 2024, the United Nations Working Group on Arbitrary Detention, the official UN body that investigates unlawful imprisonment worldwide, issues their formal opinion on the case of Imran Khan. Their finding: his detention is arbitrary. It violates international law. He must be released immediately. He is still inside. October 2025. Inside Adiala jail in Rawalpindi, Imran Khan vision begins to blur in his right eye. He reports it to the prison administration and waits. Nothing happens for months. January 2026. He is finally taken to hospital. The diagnosis: central retinal vein occlusion. A blood clot blocking the vein behind the retina. He receives an injection. The doctors tell him the treatment has come too late. February 12, 2026. His lawyer stands before the Supreme Court of Pakistan and reads the medical report aloud. Imran Khan Niazi has lost 85% of the vision in his right eye. 85%. 14 former international cricket captains, men from countries all over the world who once stood at the crease and faced him, write an open letter. They say they have profound concern about his health. They ask for proper medical treatment for the man who once made the whole world watch. The man who built a cancer hospital is going blind in a cell, and the hospital he built is still open, still running, still treating thousands of patients who cannot afford to pay. That is the record. Both parts of it. Forbidden Records does not tell you what to conclude. We do not tell you who is guilty. We do not tell you what it means. What we do is put the record on the table. And the record says this: Imran Khan built a cancer hospital with a collection box and his own name. He led a broken cricket team to a World Cup nobody thought they could win. He spent 22 years in politics being told he would never matter. Then he won. Then someone sat in a private lunchroom in Washington, D.C. and said 15 words. The next day, a political process began. 1 month later, he was out. The intelligence agency of the country he led concluded internally that the charge used to imprison him was technically impossible. The United Nations said his detention violates international law. He faced 186 cases. He was shot on a march. He was arrested inside a courthouse. And today, in a cell in Rawalpindi, he is going blind. Every single one of those things is documented, sourced on the public record. Here is the question that remains. If 15 words spoken in a private room can end the government of Imran Khan Niazi, who is sitting in those rooms right now? Who is writing those sentences about the leaders you trust? And what does the next cable say? Forbidden Records does not have those answers. But the documents, when they surface, always do. If this video is still up by the time you're watching it, hit subscribe. Because on this channel, the files keep coming.